Hey, what's up? It's James, and today we're going to go over exactly what software stack that I use as an agency owner. And some of these softwares actually do the power of multiple softwares. I really want to go through my specific tech stack and why I've chosen these specific softwares to use, and then why I don't choose others. I really think that everyone can benefit from knowing these powerful softwares because they really do help a ton. So I hope you can get some value from this video. Let's get into it. So let's go over here to Notion. I've built you guys a Notion page. These softwares are very, very good, and I use them for a reason. Some of these softwares combine 3, 4, 5 different softwares into one, maybe even 10. And that's really good because that way you don't have to have so many different softwares, you know, one for this, whatever. You don't really need all those softwares. So what I plan on doing today is going over how to trim the fat on your software stack and make it a very lean, efficient machine. So let's get into it. The first one comes as no surprise. This is GoHigh level, the Swiss Army knife of softwares. And especially for an agency owner, this is the number one that you can lean on for fulfilling your clients, using it for your own business, for outreach and website building, email marketing. I mean, the capabilities are pretty much endless here. And I like to call this software the software that ate all other softwares, because if you really look at it, it has a ton of features. CRM and pipeline management, so you can manage anyone in your pipeline. The unlimited sales funnels is a great thing as well. Website builder is great. It replaces WordPress, Wix, Squarespace, all that good stuff. You can have surveys and forms. The email marketing that replaces Klaviyo and MailChimp, as you can see a few over here. The two-way SMS marketing. So there's SMS, there's appointment booking, there's workflow automation, there's course, there's call tracking, reputation management. I've done a few videos on prospecting as well. They have a really good prospecting tool, and you can also white label them. So that's a few of their specific tools, but I'd like to just go over a little more in depth on what I use it for as an agency owner. So definitely, we do a lot of websites for clients. So I definitely love the ease of this website builder. It's very easy to get in there, create a funnel. They have a bunch of templates you can choose from. The email marketing is really easy. It doesn't really take a genius to go in there and mess with an email flow. They have a few that you can use. SMS is a great thing to have as well built in, so you can use that for your clients, and you can use it to sell to potential customers. The Twilio, they pretty much replaced Twilio with something called Lead Connector, which I think is just a white labeled version of Twilio. But Twilio is the phone application that you can buy phone numbers from and then attach them to specific accounts. And then you can do SMS and stuff from those phone numbers. There's also something called a global inbox, which I use, which is great because you can connect TikTok, Twitter, YouTube. You can connect all of these social platforms, Instagram, Facebook, and then you can have them all go into one specific inbox. So if you're getting emails from clients over here and over here, it brings them all into one central location. Now, you can also do something with education and courses. For example, what we do for my agency is we have onboarding videos. So after a client signs a contract, we send them over onboarding videos depending on what services they're going to be using. And then that helps get them spun up, so I don't have to repeat and sit there for hours and hours trying to get them connected, because I've done this, hundreds and hundreds of times through hundreds of clients. It works really well to be able to make a couple videos and then shoot that over to them as a onboarding process that they can follow. I've gone ahead and built you guys a free course on how to completely white label your own SaaS agency, and I've left a link down below. So go ahead and click that link below and get signed up. It's a 7-video module course that helps walk you through every single step of the way. All right, enough about GoHigh level. Let's get down to the next one. So as an agency owner, you're gonna need to be able to generate lead lists. What we use Outscraper for is we use it to scrape Google Maps. Outscraper is a very powerful software. So we use this to scrape data off Google Maps, because in Google Maps, they have Google My Business. And in Google My Business, they have all these company directories. So you can get phone numbers, emails, locations, business names. Do they have websites? Do they have tracking pixels for Facebook? Do they have tracking pixels for TikTok? And if you don't know what a tracking pixel is, it's just a tracking code that you put on a website, and that code is actually able to be read from the view source page. So if I just hit F12 right now, it's gonna pop this up, and over here on the right, it's gonna show all of the code that's incorporated inside of the website. And in here, there will be all the different code, and you can see inside of elements, there'll be a pixel code that sends information of people that land on your website back to, let's say it's Facebook, for Facebook ads to track conversions, to track who went to what page. So that's just something that it pulls automatically for you. And that's great to know, because if you're on the phone with a client and you know that they're not running Facebook ads, then this is a great opportunity for you to bring it up and say, hey, I noticed your website doesn't have a tracking pixel for Facebook. I think you're going to be able to get a lot more leads if we start running Facebook ads. So that's another good use case for this. What I like to do is I like to get lead lists of businesses in certain niches, and I like to find if they have websites. If they don't have websites, all that information is given to us from Outscraper. And the cost of Outscraper is very minimal. It's not like a monthly service or anything. You actually just pay what you pull and the data you're pulling. So most of the time, the giant list of 1,000 companies in Texas that I'm pulling, it's only going to be like a couple dollars for thousands of phone numbers. And I'll just show you an example over here. So for example, this is a list that I've got together. It's got phone numbers, names, and these companies I'm contacting do not have websites, and it shows what kind of service. This is the HVAC niche that I'm contacting them in. And as you scroll down, I've got hundreds of these, and then I send this out to my cold callers, and they follow up with these companies and offer them websites. So as you can see, the potential use case for this as an agency owner. Another great use case for Outscraper is that we can use it for market research. If we want to go in and find companies that don't have websites, or that aren't running ads, or let's say we want to sell SMS to them. So we can go in there and find companies that don't have SMS enabled, which is text enabled phones. So they can't text clients, people can't text into their business. Companies are catering more and more to the younger generation, Generation Z. Some people want to be able to text these companies right away. That's something you can sell to these companies. Now, as we go down, the next one I use, and I use a ton of, is OpenAI's GPT-4. Now, there's a ton of use cases for this, but the number one thing that I use it for is brainstorming and new ideas. You can just sit there on GPT and talk to it over and over and kind of work out ideas, anything you have in your head. Like if you are starting to target a new niche and you want some good Google AdWords to target for, you can go ahead and start talking to it about that. It is a digital super intelligence that is the number one most popular app and fastest growing app over the past year. So this is something that everybody's using. It will make you so much money if you know how to use it properly. And I think it only costs $20 or something. So if you get into OpenAI GPT-4, I definitely suggest you buy the plus one, because GPT 3.5 isn't that good. I've used it for the past year. It wasn't good. When GPT-4 came out, it was unbelievable. I have a YouTube channel that goes over just specifically AI content. And when all of this was happening last year, I was really following along through every single iteration of this type of AI, and I will say that GPT-4 is so much better than GPT 3.5. So if you can, go ahead and make sure you're using GPT-4. It does limit you to, I believe, 20 to 30 messages every 4 hours. So make sure that you're choosing your messages carefully, just so you don't get timed out on that and have to wait if you're in the middle of a really good brainstorming session. Another great use case is ad copy. When you're designing a website for somebody and you just want some basic ad copy done, another great use case for GPT-4 is ad copy, because you can have it look over thousands of ads. You can pull your own ads and pull it into it. You can train it on whatever data set you want if you do the custom GPTs. I don't know if we're going to be going that advanced into GPT-4 right now, but there is something called custom GPTs, and I'll just show you guys real quick. Inside of custom GPTs, you're actually able to find specific GPTs that are trained on data sets such as marketing emailers, website copy. So I'll just bring you over here and kind of show you. You just hit explore GPTs on the left and it'll bring you up to the GPTs. Now, these are community created or business created for some of these. Like you see Canva has one here. Let's zoom in a little bit for you guys. And there's image generators, logo creators. So if you wanted to jump on here and just start doing a logo, you just jump right in here. You click start chat. This has 3,000 ratings. So it's a logo creator. Let's make a logo for Forward Flow Forward Flow Solutions. This GPT is specifically designed to go ahead and walk you through the process of logo creation. When I say I want to make a logo for Forward Flow Solutions, a digital marketing agency, it says, great choice. Before we start designing the perfect logo for Forward Flow, I'd like to ask you 4 questions to make this the best logo possible. Let's begin. Do we want vibrant, neutral, serious? Skip all 4 questions, generate a logo and using. So obviously we just like no talk, just work. Use light blue. And I actually have the color up here. Here is the color we want to use. And then I give it the color code. Now it's going to go ahead and say create an image. We'll see where it goes with this. But already you can see how powerful that this specific GPT is. And if you're starting an agency, you can come in here and start messing with the logo design and just really kind of get your agency up and going. Now, that's a very interesting logo. You know, you can use that. Let's say, give me 10 more examples. So let's say you don't like the first thing it gives out. Say, give me 10 more examples and use the text forward flow. Okay, so this is great. I asked it to create me 10 more examples. And the greatest thing about GPT-4 is the ability for multiplication. You can literally have it write some ad copy for you and then say, make me 10 more emails, make me 100 more emails, and it will just spit them out and they'll all be different. So the duplication of effort on GPT is actually amazing. I think that that's one of the best things about AI is that the duplication of effort is seamless. Let's look at these now. Wow, they actually look pretty good. I think this is a great starting point. You can obviously say, I like the 5th one in the list. Let's develop that one. You can sit here and work with it because the cool thing about OpenAI is it remembers your whole entire chat history. So as you're working with it, it knows what versions you were doing before. Let's say, make me another 5 with arrows. Okay, so I just asked it to make me another 5 with arrows because we like the idea of forward flow. So these are spectacular. You can take any of these and have it develop the high version. So I hope you guys can see the potential here. This is inside of the custom GPTs. And there are many, many more for many different use cases. I'll be going over a lot more of these in a specific YouTube series at a later date. But right now, I just want to give you a quick, brief overview of that. Now, website copy as well. You can use this for any type of website copy. If you're doing about sections or you're doing services, anything like that, you can go ahead and use GPT-4 to help you generate that. Let's say you're selling to a niche that you don't know that much about. This would be the perfect place to start. All right, let's go to the next one, Google Calendar and Google Meets. I use this all the time. The first thing I use Google Calendar for is time management. I have alarms set up on my phone. I have certain dedicated time blocks every single day because I really want to stay focused and stay on task. And I feel that knowing where my time is going to be allocated really helps me get into a flow state, because if I'm just starting my day and then working on whatever comes up, what happens is it's really hard for me to get into the flow state. And if you guys don't know much about flow state, it's a lot easier to get into it when you have a very clear task and goal ahead of you. Then you don't have other things trying to interrupt your time. Okay, so like I said, time management is a huge one. And after that, I have booking demo calls. So we definitely use Google Calendar a ton to keep in touch with the team, whether it's the sales team that goes ahead and books demo calls for me and sets them on my calendar, or it's some type of meeting with a client where they want something fixed, they want to set up a time, and we go ahead and get on a meeting. Now, this is great to have because you can use Google Meets or Zoom. I use Google Meets because it's just easier. It attaches to Google Calendar pretty easy. So that's what I use Google Calendar for, and it's a powerhouse in time management. Okay, the next one is Midjourney. Now, you can create your own stock images for your websites or for your ads using Midjourney. Midjourney is built inside of Discord, so you'd need to go inside Discord and go into the Midjourney channel, and inside there you'll be able to make stunning images. Now, I do know that GPT-4 has DALL-E, which is not that bad, but I've actually found way more success with Midjourney because the data that it's trained on, I feel like it's just generated more images, and I've been watching the version history. Like I said on my AI channel, I've been watching the version history and how Midjourney has really evolved over time, and you can just get stunning landscapes and stunning, beautiful, picturesque for any type of creative work. Now you can make them into whatever size or resolution you want. All you have to do is go ahead and type in, something like --AR, which is aspect ratio, and then 16:9, which is our website. Now, if you want to, you can actually go back into GPT. Now in the GPTs, there's something called DALL-E. Now DALL-E is the image generator built inside GPT. So if you wanted to go ahead and just use GPT-4 and just pay the $20 for GPT, this is kind of a cheaper option. And I would come in here. It actually has a pretty good image generator. Now you can go ahead and see more here and see what type of images. Here's one dedicated just to tattoos. So like I already went over the logo one, you can go ahead and do the tattoo GPT. Make me a tattoo of a Japanese cherry blossom, anime style, no talk, just go. And when you say no talk, just go, it's just gonna go ahead and go right into creating that image so you can have a concept at hand. I like to do that because sometimes the GPT gets a little too mouthy with me and just starts talking and talking and talking. So if you don't wanna sit there and read all that text, you can just go ahead and have it spit out concepts for you. And beautiful. So here's your Japanese cherry blossom tattoo in an anime style. If you'd like any adjustments, let's say make it black and white. All right, so here we go. I'll catch you in the next one.